Hey you guys, it's me Kiana coming at you today. And I'm finally, as you can see in the title, sharing with you guys the video that I wanted to do for so long. It's not that I was hiding this from you guys. Um, we all as YouTube personalities or YouTube people, we all share what we want to share. And sometimes it's not that we don't want to share, it's just that sometimes some things don't come up. And this is one of those subjects that really rarely ever came up. We were so focused on sharing our story about how we met, the trials of meeting at a shelter and getting married, and all of those things, and the fact that my life was renewed in every sense of the word. We focused so much on that we really didn't talk about after the shelter. You guys don't know the things that we had to overcome after we left the shelter to get us to where we are today. And after hearing this story and also pairing it with our original testimony, our other story, you guys, I think you will better understand why we are the way we are, better understand my walk and my growth process, spiritually and otherwise. And I think you will also come along, you will come away with more of an appreciation for the struggle and the process, and also confirmation that God is still in the business, as I always say, of healing and restoring and turning things around. If you ever doubt it, definitely look into yourself and look within yourself, and you will see a testament to how much He actually loves you. Before I get started, I want to address very quickly, you guys, when I get on here and show you guys sales, wig reviews, all these things, I'm not selling anything to you. I'm actually sharing with you guys, as all YouTubers do. Well, most of them. They're sharing their experience. They're sharing their life. I'm not getting anything out of showing you this wig tutorial. I'm not getting anything out of it. In fact, some of the wigs that I show you guys, I pay for. For instance, all the ones I've been showing you lately, I've paid for out of my pocket. But I want you guys to have an example of the wig, how it would look on you, and also in trying different colors. If I find something great, I share it with you guys. I've said this so many times before, but people constantly still have things to say about it. I share my knowledge. I share things that I experience, things that I go through. I share them with you guys so A, you will know, B, you won't have to go through certain things, and C, if you do, you'll be aware of it. If it's a customer service issue or something, that way you can be mindful if you purchase things, what may happen. It's also a positive side to that. If you buy something and if I buy something and I see something great in it, I share it with you guys so that you can have something great too, maybe. That's the only reason I do this. I feel as though we're all girls, we're all family, and that's what family do. That's how I was brought up. Now, what you do is maybe something different, but that's how I roll. Ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. Point blank, straight up. That's just how I roll. So I'm not selling you anything. I can't help it if I have a lot of opportunities ahead of me. I cannot help that. Maybe I get that backlash because you don't have it. Um, it is what it is. Rather than make these digs to me, what I say is, you know, follow my blueprint. Enough said. Anyway, yeah, so let's talk about this wonderful story. Okay. So, as you know, we got married. We, and I'm just gonna talk to y'all just straight like I did. Y'all my girls. So, all right. So we got married. Then we left the shelter 30 days after we got married. Okay. We moved to. Y'all know that Chuck worked at a cab company. Remember, he was the office manager dispatcher. So we moved to the place that was right next to the cab company. Actually, it was owned by the cab company. Okay, so we moved there, and I goes into the apartment. First of all, how does the apartment look? It's in an area that has industrial businesses, construction businesses all around. It's probably 2 houses in this whole area. Yeah. Now, mind you, I moved there with Pootie being a little teeny baby, and Dad and Nene. Okay. So we moved there. I go up the steps. It was an apartment, 2 bedroom. I never. I've heard of people doing this, but I never moved somewhere where you had to actually go in and clean and paint and all that. You guys, this place we had to go in and literally clean it. We had to literally pay for paint. It looked like, yeah, yeah, it was like that. Okay. And the other thing that you guys don't know is, yes, we were next door to the cab company. Really convenient because he worked right next door. Literally, I could talk to him. If he opened the company window, I could talk to him out our window. That's how close it was. It was owned by the cab company. They let us come. No credit check. No rental history. None of that. Okay, now I'm talking some real talk for y'all. Now, people probably going to use some of this against me, but I really don't care because I share these things to glorify God. I share these things so you guys will know that whatever you're going through, whatever you may be going through, you can get through it. Trust and believe me, because see, I'm not special. I'm not that special that God only did this for me. Whatever he did for me, he can do for you. And you better believe that he will do it for you. And just in case you forgot that he is God and God all by himself, this is a testimony to that. A testimony to that. Okay? So, not only the house looked like who done it and why. You guys, the railroad tracks were right outside our back window. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Okay? The railroad tracks were so close, you guys. Literally, when we would go in the bathroom would shake when the train would come past. If I'm lying, y'all may think I'm lying. I am not lying to you guys. Yeah. The bathroom felt like it was going to fall off the back of the house. It would shake. Okay? But guess what? We was happy despite it. We held on to each other. We loved each other despite it. And yeah, these were some rocky times. Rocky times. Because A, we was starting off a relationship. B, we just moved out of a shelter. C, we had to move to some place like that, which was totally out of what I was accustomed to. Although I went to a shelter, you got to remember, I went to a shelter because of circumstance that happened. So that wasn't my norm. That wasn't what I was automatically accustomed to. You got to remember, I was a business owner when I was 20 years old. I owned 2 businesses. One was with my husband. Well, both of them was with my ex-husband. But one was just basically me, and the other I was co-owner of. I was co-owner of a computer repair shop. Okay, an entire shop. And I was also owner of a daycare center. So I was accustomed to certain things. Just like we all think we're accustomed to certain things. No, sometimes God will break you down to nothing. He will break you down to nothing and build you right on back up and make you supersede anything that you think that you was going to be, or supersede anything that you thought that you was going to do. Okay? Sometimes he has to break you down. Because sometimes we're not humble. Sometimes we're full of pride. Sometimes we worry about the wrong things. Sometimes we place things above God. And we do that not just through our mouth, but we do it through our actions, you guys. Sometimes we place things before God, and that becomes our false idol, other than worshiping and praising him. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what he'll do is he'll say, you know what, daughter? Okay, you want to place those things before me, even though I have a call on your life, I have a calling on your life, you want to place those things before me? Okay, I'm going to take those away, that away, and some more of this away. And you know what? I'm going to build you back up. But the only way I'm going to build you back up is if you come to me and turn to me. And place me first in all things. And then I will restore. Can I get an amen? So, these are testaments to this, you guys. He took me all the way down. All the way down to build me up to the person I am today. And I thank God for it. Because if it was not for that, I would not be the woman I am today. I would not be on the path that I am today. And I would not know without a shadow of a doubt in my heart and in my soul that He is the Almighty. He is in control of all of this. Okay? So, we dealt with it, you guys. Literally, this place, the furnace, you know how you have a furnace door covering your furnace? It had no door on the furnace. You could just look at this furnace while you're watching TV. Look over the TV, look over at the furnace. That's how it was. So, we kept striving, kept pushing. Okay? We kept striving and pushing. So, eventually, like maybe 3 months into living there, I was like, you know what? Let me go to Chuck's job and see if, because I was cool with the, the manager, the big manager there. The owner owns like 5 cab companies in the state of Maryland still to this day. We was cool with him. He's a millionaire, actually. We was cool with him. He's a millionaire, but he's a slumlord too. Let it be known. But anyway, obviously. But anyway, we was all cool with him, and he was like, you know what? Yeah, I want you to work here. So Kiana takes her baby strapped to her. Hello. That's why when people say they can't do stuff, no, Kiana got off her big tail, strapped that baby down on her, and took it to work with me. I had a swing set, a high chair, a walker, all that inside the office. As I'm typing and taking these calls and running this office and dealing with these contracts for Social Security Administration and Social Service and all that kind of stuff, as I'm dealing with all this, Pootie right there next to me. Daddy worked the overnight. Am I lying, Daddy? Nope. Daddy worked the overnight shift, and I worked the daytime shift. And when Daddy would take his nap or whatever, or take his little rest on the day, because that was his nighttime, remember. So Pootie will be right there, either strapped to me or walking around the office with in the walker. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. So when people say that, oh, we can't make, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You have to place God first, and you have to turn and lean to each other, on each other. But you can make it. Yes, you can. We are testament to that. And it hasn't been easy. When I say things haven't been easy, y'all didn't know all these things I'm telling you and about to tell y'all. Y'all didn't know that. Y'all just knew, in the beginning of our relationship, when I was first on YouTube, having issues with Chuck, adjusting to our different personalities and adjusting to a new relationship, getting to know each other even more than we did, because remember, we got married within 30 days. Y'all knew the struggles of that. But let me tell y'all some real life other struggles that y'all don't know. When you have to be in the bathroom and sitting on the edge of the toilet thinking that the bathroom is going to fall off the house. Am I right, baby? And thinking that the house is going to fall off because this train is riding past. So we still hear train whistles in our head. We still hear train whistles in our head, y'all, right now to this day. Sometimes we're like, did you hear a train? Don't, am I lying, Daddy? Please. Amen. So, when people say they can't make it, yes, you can. It's all about if you want to make it.
We move after that.
I'm not going. I ain't get to the gated community yet. Okay, I'm just getting to the part where I just started working at the cab company. So, I'm working there. Pootie running around, growing and growing because months pass. So, what happens is, Kiana being a business-minded person that she is, and I already had an idea in my head before about something, a van transportation to take people back and forth to jails and stuff like that. So Kiana thinks, you know what, I'm going to learn everything I can about the transportation industry. All the licensing information, all the customer service issues, all the things to do and not to do, how to obtain government contracts, so that you can pick up people that maybe are on like government programs and stuff like that, and they get vouchers to pay for their transportation, or the government agencies pay monthly for a service to be provided for people that's on the program or whatever. Yeah. So I learns it all, soaks it up like a sponge. Tax time came around. I told you guys, yes, play with that tax money. Play a little bit, splurge a little bit, get some things that you and your family want all year long that you can't afford. But be smart and make that money work for you. Invest in something that will feed your kids all year long. And that's what I did. So, we take tax money, opens up the transportation company, our own. So, they didn't like that. Even though it was no threat to them because we did not have the same kind of license, nor that we had the same type of clientele or audience that the cab company was going to have. Okay, it was not. It was a different kind of clientele. We were reaching people that wanted to see their loved ones that were in jail. They were taking fares to go to Walmart. It's a big, big difference. Okay, we wasn't moving our van for nothing under $40, $50 each person. Mind you, it's a 15 passenger. You do the math. They was taking $3, $4, $5, $6 fares. Sometimes they get an occasional $25, $30 fare. But we was charging just to step up in our van that had 6 TVs. You had to be paying anywhere between $40 and $50 to go where we was trying to go. Per person. Different clientele. Whole different clientele. But they seen it as a threat. Why? Because Kiana was smart. Now, mind you, I never signed a disclaimer. I never signed something saying that I can't use the information, some of the information I learned about the transportation industry. I can't take that and apply it to it. None of that exists. Needless to say, they were mad. They tried to take us to court. They had lawyers. Chuck and Kiana came in by themselves. Kiana came in suit and briefcase down. Needless to say, we won. Yeah. So, what we did was, when they didn't like it, well, they started not to like it when they saw the van. I guess they thought, me telling them ahead of time, and they probably thought Kiana just blowing smoke, like people still do even on YouTube when I say certain things. Yeah, I know you did. And I know you're watching. But yeah, anyway, people probably think that I was blowing smoke, and I told the management and everything, yeah, we're going to do this. I'm opening up this. We're looking at this van. It's a nice blue van we seen for sale. I'm going to get these TVs installed. I showed them the TVs when they came in the mail, the big package. They must have thought we was joking. Until we pulls up in the van, and the signs on it, and the TV's already installed. That's when it became an issue. Now, they tolerated that until one day I walked in and said, hey, you guys, we're moving. And I told the manager, which was a female, I told the head manager, we're moving to such and such place. Her response was, that's a gated community. I said, oh yeah, that's a gated community. What? Yeah. So, you could tell that she was like, oh, yeah, that's a nice area. That's the only gated community in that area, actually, in that whole county. Yeah, and that's where I'm moving. I'm just basically giving you guys advance notice that we're moving in the next 2 months, and I didn't want to just up and leave, even though I had a month-to-month contract with you guys. I didn't have a yearly lease because y'all wanted to stress that to me, that I didn't have a yearly lease. So what I wanted to do was be nice and give you guys notice, because that's the professional thing to do. And after all, you guys was able to give us a place to live when we were just starting out together. So I wanted to give you that much respect. Needless to say, we moved, and we moved to the gated community. We loved it. You guys, it was the most, even to this day, that place was the most, first of all, I was just amazed that we, coming from a shelter, just at that point it was only probably about a year, not even a full year. That was probably about 10 months after we got out the shelter. Okay, 10 months after we got out the shelter, we moved to the gated community. It was mind-blowing. It was mind-blowing. Now, the rent was literally 3 times the amount that we was paying at the place we were paying. Now, even though the place was not the best, clearly, it was on the railroad tracks almost, but it was convenient for us because We was able to work right next door to each other, right next door to the place. We both had a job there. We could. They was okay with us bringing the baby. So it was the perfect situation. It was a perfect job for us, and it was a perfect location as far as all of that to live where we lived. So it wasn't cheap, even though it looked like that. Okay, so imagine triple times that. That's what we was paying to live in the gated community. But it was so beautiful, you guys. It was so beautiful. Okay, now I went into the place. Actually, what it was Chuck actually got the place. This was a surprise because he actually filled out the paperwork. He got the place. He showed me pamphlets of it. Okay, and I saw it online, but I didn't see the actual inside our area. I didn't see the actual place we were living in. Okay, all I knew it was a gated community. It was the only gated community. It was in a historic part of the county. It was a tourist area. It was just awesome. Okay, it was on. I think that was the Patapsco River or something. It was look. When I tell you guys the inside, when I went inside, I shouted. I am not lying to you guys, because Chuck was like, I thought they were going to call the police on you. I shouted through the whole place. When I say I shouted, I'm talking about shouted heaven open through the whole place. You guys, the view was literally breathtaking. When I say it was breathtaking, it looked like a photograph. It looked like a painting. Okay? A little bit more had to have classical music in the background, and it would have been so fitting. That's how nice it was. I was amazed, and I still miss that place so much. Okay? So we moved in there. Literally, let me tell you how God is so good. Literally, Pootie, the second day after we moved in, started walking. He did not feel comfortable in that other house, evidently. Literally, we put him down, and he started walking the second day after we moved into the gated community. Now, this is the downfall, and this is real talk. Okay? People can say what they want. They can use it against me, whatever they want. But I'm telling you some real talk. I'm telling you some stuff that will make you think. I'm talking about some stuff that we need to hear as women. I'm telling you some stuff that we need to keep in mind. Okay? The thing is that even though we had the business, we were struggling because, remember, that was our only income, the business. The rent was 3 times what we paid before. We still had a baby and a teenager. We still had private school and all that kind of stuff to pay for. So, and then we still had, expenses with the van. We had to get things repaired, all that kind of stuff, because you're putting a lot of miles when you're running a transportation company on a van. We had to pay for things of our own personal needs and stuff. We had to pay for dues, besides the rent money and all kinds of stuff, okay? We could make it, but it was scraping by every month. And what we decided to do after, I think it was about, almost a year of living there, what we decided to do was move from there, move here, and not live above our means. Okay? That was, it didn't hurt me really moving from there, even though it was breathtaking, you guys. It didn't hurt me, but it taught me a lesson. It taught me not to live above my means. It taught me, even though we can move from here right now, okay, where we're at now, it's the fact that I know we can pay this without any hassle. I know that we can continue to, anything we want to invest in, anything we want to branch off in, we can do that at any given moment. We still live nice. We still live in a safe community. We don't have drug dealers or anything walking around our house or up the street shooting and none of that. It's none of that right here. You see what I'm saying? My mom lives right down the street, so it's convenient for us taking care of her because she is disabled. Okay? All the stores and stuff like that, it's really convenient for all the stores in our area that we go to. I save a lot of money from the stores that's around here. It's just a more convenient. Nene's private school's right here. Pootie is going to start private school soon. It's just real convenient for our lifestyle. It's real convenient as far as not living above our means, and it's real convenient as far as being able to save and invest at the same time with maintaining our home. And with the gated community, we were not able to do that. So it taught us a lesson that we, no matter what it seems like you can afford, we wanted to live not above our means. And a lot of people, keep up with the Joneses and all that kind of stuff. It's not about that. It really isn't. When it's concerning really trying to do something to pass down to your children, because you can pass down stuff, not just property. You understand what I'm saying? You can pass down. You don't have to own a home to have something to pass down to your kids. You understand what I'm saying? I'm passing down entrepreneurship skills and all these kind of things. I'm passing down, showing you guys that I'm going to hand over my businesses to you. I'm passing these down. Yes, owning a home will come. It will come. I want the kind of home that I want. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to settle. I don't want to build it up, fix it up, or whatever. I want to start. I want me personally. I want the kind of home that I want to stay in. Period. And that will come. That will come. But I just wanted to show you guys. Oh, and by the way, one of the reasons why we struggled with the gated community is because after they saw we moved, and she didn't like that we, young black couple moved. Yeah, you heard me say it. Young black couple moving to the gated community. After all of a sudden, we think that it's a conflict of interest, and we're gonna have to let you guys go. Yeah. So they waited until a month after not even a whole month, like I would say 3 weeks after we moved in, and that was 2 incomes gone instantly. Yeah. So that's why I said we had to rely on just the transportation company alone. And it kind of was like they wanted to put us in a trick bag, because it was the fact that she knew how much it was. I mean, it didn't take a rocket scientist or a brain scientist to figure out how much it was to live there. Obviously, she knew a lot about this community. Okay, because as soon as I said the name, she literally looked up from her desk and was like, "That's a gated community." As soon as I said it. Do you understand what I'm saying? But I hope to one day actually go back there. Yeah, to live. I do, because it was literally the most beautiful. Literally, when we looked out back, you guys, the Patapsco River was right there. Yes, like reaching distance. We could literally put our feet into. We had to go a little bit down, but we could literally walk a little bit down and put our feet into it. The beginning of the Patapsco River. It was that nice. And we can go back there today or tomorrow. But the question is, are we living above our means? Are we living to the point where, yeah, we can pay all these bills, but can we invest? Can Kiana invest in another business just because she wants to? Can I? And really, I'm in the stage of my life where I'm building. So because I'm building, I need to make sure I have the flexibility financially that I can build, I can add on, because God is just bringing so many things to me, you guys. He's bringing so many things to me. Some things y'all know about, some things I've already been doing, I just haven't shared, and some things that I haven't shared with you guys. He's just bringing so much to me. It's just a matter of getting them out. And you guys probably know some of them, but you will be seeing even more. And that's because we've learned to not live above our means, to understand that we're in a building state, and to live accordingly. But I just had to share with you guys, literally, we have come from nothing. And the fact that we still have joy, the fact that we still have love, and the fact that we can smile while we was going through that, before and after, is a testament not to us. It's not a testament to our love. It's not a testament to the people that we are. It's a testament to God and how good He is to you and to me as children of Christ. So, I love you all so much. I'm so excited about telling this story, you guys. If I haven't told everything, I'll just gradually tell y'all other stuff. But I just wanted to tell you guys, it's no shame in my game. I'm not ashamed nor embarrassed about it, because see, this is the thing. People, first of all, shame, embarrassment, pride, all those kind of things, they are not spirits of God. They're not. And at one point I did have those issues. At one point I did have embarrassment. At one point I had shame. At one point I was like, and you probably can even go back on my videos. At one point I would be worried about if people was going to talk about me, if people was going to say this and use this against me. It don't matter no more. It don't. Why don't it matter? Because I know God got the situation. Plus it makes people look foolish. It makes people look like, it makes you wonder why are they saying these things. It makes you basically open your eyes to the fact of who they are and whose they are. And I just let him handle it. But I am going to be transparent. The reason why is because being transparent shows people that maybe don't know the power of God, the grace and the mercy that he bestows upon all of us. So some people would not see those things if we wasn't transparent. So if it takes me sharing some things that maybe I wouldn't normally share, just to glorify him and show his glory, then that's what I'll do. And that's what I'll continue to do. And I thank you all for rolling with me throughout it. Love you all.